Welcome again. More about the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launch and flight path. Several things that caught my attention again. The more I look at this footage, the more I'm convinced that this is a total fraud. And just have a look at it again and see what we can find. So it's sounds a little loud. Okay, there's the launch. Let's see. And then we go a little fast forward and to see the first thing I notice is the flight path. So you see the altitude and the speed, and after about you see here at 10 kilometers height they start to drop down already. So that means the flight path is going from up to more horizontally, and if we follow that line, then we will notice that at 30 kilometers height we are already flying horizontally. Um, this is not speculation, this is just fact based on the camera view. So we can see the whole rocket in full view, and from the camera position the nose is pointing down. That means that the camera, or that means that the rocket is flying horizontal. So that's already a fact. It gets even more down and down and down. Look at this. So that means the rocket is not going up, but it's going horizontal. So if you compare the horizontal flight path of that rocket on the left side with the image on the right side, you notice that there is a camera mounted on the rocket, and it's looking down to the rocket engine. So, but what do we see? We see the ground there. So if there was a camera mounted here on top of the rocket and it was looking towards the rocket engine, then you would think that the rocket or that the camera was looking into the air and looking horizontally towards the horizon. But strangely, we see the ground here. So basically, the image that we see here is a rocket going up from a very steep angle, I must say. We see here a piece of the coastline. We see here the lakes of Florida. So, or maybe this is a lake. I have no idea, but it looks like it's going up. On the left side, we see a rocket that flies horizontally. So let's move on. It's, yeah, it's still going up on the right side, going horizontally on the left side. So the camera view on the left side shows that you can see the whole rocket in full length, and that basically means that it's flying horizontally. If it was going up, then you would see much less of it. So then it would be much shorter, and on the right side, it's clearly that the picture they show you is from the ground. So that means that it's going up. So that's weird. It's not possible. I speed up a little bit, and then we get the second stage, and then we see suddenly the view downwards, which is also very weird, to be honest, because we have cameras mounted on both sides of the rocket on the second stage, and both of them are showing the ground. Which is weird, because on the left side it's clear, and that's also what they say, that they will go up and then slightly horizontally and under an angle towards space. But on the right side we see a different image, because here we see the rocket going up to space, as they want to make us believe, and we see a very high altitude. It's actually not 90 kilometers, because that's total bullshit. This looks more like an image from about 12, 13 kilometers up. This is just an image from an aeroplane. It's not 90 kilometers away, because on 90 kilometers away you don't see that much detail. If you look at this, It's comparable to a picture that I take from an aeroplane at 10 kilometers height or something, or even less. So 93 kilometers away from the coastline of Florida, it's you know, it's just absolute bullshit. There's absolutely no way that this is 90 kilometers away. Step in an aeroplane, take your camera with you. If you from uh, like 90 kilometers away from your destination, try to make a picture when you are still flying at 30 kilometers, and just uh, take a picture of your destination and see what you find. It's absolutely different picture than this one. So it's totally no way that this is 90 kilometers up. Actually, this camera is under an angle of about 45 degrees, so the coastline there is even like 120 kilometers. There's absolutely no way this is real. Again, like I mentioned in my previous video, is the plastic foil on the rocket is total bullshit. Things are flying off or lying on a rocket engine at 6,500 kilometers per hour, and you see here also that this picture is completely different than the previous one. So this camera mounted on this side is showing the Earth. If we go back a little, let's see, back, a little faster, and then you see this. How is that possible? Because here you clearly can see that the rocket is not flying straight up. It's the rocket is not pointing up. So if there is a camera on the other side, this one, how is it possible that we see Earth here? That's not possible, because this one should look up, or the other one. Here, this one is looking down, and this one is looking down. If the cameras are mounted on the rocket like they say, this is impossible. It's absolutely not possible. Also, this image looks much further away than the other one. This looks like this is comparable to a high balloon altitude picture, and this is much lower. So it looks like they couldn't find the right stock images to mount in their footage, and that they mounted images in this footage. Because this is basically taken in a studio. This plastic foil is, of course, there's no engineer in this on this planet or plane that will design a rocket with wrapped in a foil. That's absolute crazy. No one will do that. The reason that I say it's CGI is because of this black line, or one of the reasons. Obviously, they had to they had to put here a black line, and it looks like they did it on purpose. Probably there was some inconsistency in the processing of the video, and they noticed there are some things which were not completely right, and they decided to make a black stripe here. Because you make a picture or you make footage with a real camera, this black line is absolutely not present in any footage. So look at this here, you don't see it also. Probably the software didn't have much problem with mounting this or mounting these images together, but probably this one was more difficult because you have less difference between light and dark, and that's probably why they painted a black line here. And this is absolutely not real. This black line is not a feature on the rocket, on the tip of the rocket engine. It's just made there. It's CGI. So the whole background is CGI. This part is just a piece they hang up or they put somewhere in a studio. This black foil is fake. The stuff that was lying around here, of course, is also fake. Everything is fake. Nothing is real on this footage. Thank you very much.